This is Kev, and this is BMBBH News. News without the WS.
Oh, this story right here. And the thing, I just did a story on a guy who killed his uncle over a honey bun. And just when you think that this world couldn't get any crazier, here we are a couple days later, and now we have this. Granted, this happened on October 1st, 2024, a day that could have been stained in blood. Police just released this report on this incident, and I'll say, thank God no one was hurt. This story emanates from Surprise, Arizona. Oh, surprise indeed. At the Legacy Traditional School's West Surprise campus, 4 little girls, 5th graders, ages 10 and 11, got caught plotting to stab and kill a classmate, a boy. Just in him was the goal, as reported, because he cheated on them. Wow. The girls orchestrated an entire plot that they totally planned to get away with, because that's how the 5th grade mind operates. Some of us got kids going to the 5th grade next school year. Wow. So, as reported, said according to the police report, the girls planned to lure a classmate to the charter school's outside bathroom and stab him in the stomach. Oh, violent. Okay, each girl had a role to play to get away with it. One would bring the knife, another would forge a suicide note to make it seem like he took his own life, and someone would act as a lookout while the other carried out the stabbing. Okay, and to avoid fingerprints on the murder weapon, they planned to wear gloves, the police report says, excuse me. To say these girls are not educated in crime scene investigation would be fair to say, because they are little kids, they're 5th graders. Of course, I mean, but still the intricacy of this plan, you gotta have you scratching your head. So the other students overheard this and thought this was too crazy not to tell an adult and came forward. The girls' backpacks were searched and they were questioned individually with the parents present, of course. You know, police don't want to get accused of coercion, especially of little kids. The 4 children were arrested on charges of threatening and disorderly conduct. Police would say that 3 of the girls showed remorse, while the 4th carried on like a little brat, smiling and laughing while making excuses for their actions. Girls starting early on avoiding accountability. No wonder. I mean, look at what Travis Webb, a licensed clinical therapist, had to say. Said their brains are underdeveloped at 10, 11 years old. I agree. The female brain isn't even quite half developed, the part of the brain that regulates emotion. That kind of talks sense into this. It's early 20s before the female brain is finished developing. Wow, so you have to wait till she's 24 for her emotions to fully develop. That explains a lot. I mean, and then he would go on to blame the internet, because I'm sure lack of good parenting didn't have a thing to do with it. Okay, he said, which, you know, this kind of makes sense. He said parents should not give kids unrestricted access to the internet and assume they'll be okay. That is pretty friggin' obvious for anyone that has ever looked at an ABC after school special. You have to be more aware and more vigilant in talking to your kids about what they're seeing on the internet and really helping them. Webb said, I can agree with how this is framed. I mean, we got people out here celebrating a young man getting stabbed and killed by his Caucasian girlfriend. So I definitely don't want children being exposed to that kind of BS, seeing grown people making fun of a guy who ends up the way Christian Obenselli did, which could possibly lead to the kind of thinking that led to this. Little girls plotting to harm someone maliciously is okay. Parents, grown up, we got to protect our children from harmful ideologies, especially little girls thinking it's okay to stab boys. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if either of these little girls were exposed to grown women who couldn't handle rejection, saying the craziest things about what they'll do to men around them. But we're not ready for that convo. These were 5th graders. Imagine how difficult it's got to be for elementary school boys hearing this. What about the little boy they were planning this on? How has this psychologically affected him? Okay, so to the parents out there, I don't recommend that you give your fifth grader the side eye just yet. You can use stories like these as a teachable moment. You know, talk to your kids, see what's on their mind. And if your 10 or 11-year-old daughter says anything about stabbing her ex-boyfriend who cheated on her, first, there's obviously some things you're not doing as a parent. But at least talk the little girl the fuck out of it, and also seek help immediately for the child and possibly for yourself too. So, okay then, till the next time. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and thanks for watching News Without the WS.